They say time heal all wounds, but neglecting the point that the wound comes from time off of stretching a joint. Everything is crisscrossing incorrect at this point. Like how these pedophiles become blessed and anoint. Are they still pedophiles, indirect and discreet? And what about them killers who had respect on the streets? They say once upon a time he have you resting in peace. Now that same individual investing in peace. Then I watch my homegirl transform from a sweet wife after years of abuse to living a street life. And I never once judged her when things didn't seem right, cause I understood the dark times, even in screen light. But it was God's grace and mercy. That's why I speak about Jesus and protect my joy at all costs, so we keeping it peaceful. Welcome to the Father's Day edition of Keeping the Peace podcast. I gotta show off the shirt that the wifey and the son gave me with me and him and all his 3.5 years of living, almost four. So happy
No.
Father's Day to the daddies out there. Um, the deadbeats, it ain't too late for y'all to get it right either, man. So I don't want to call y'all deadbeats. I want to say wake up, smell the flowers, realize that you got a son or a daughter out there, and do the right thing. But back to the regular
Sometimes
schedule
sometimes it is too
program.
late, depending on the age. They can't be trying to come back around and they over here 25, 26 in college.
But welcome to this week's edition of Keeping a Peace podcast. You rocking with Trinity Team 504 and my beautiful co-host, Miss C Love.
Hey guys. Yes, it is a good weekend so far. And yes, shout out to all the dads out there who do their thing with their kids and are actively in their lives with no complaining. And to the dads who stepped up to raise kids that are not theirs too. Shout out to them.
Facts.
All right, let's dive into our topics for this week. We got a lot going on. There's a lot going on in the world, as always. So there was this Colombian woman, I believe she was 26. She lost her life bungee jumping. What happened is the men tied her up, suited her up. They just forgot to tie her to the rope, lifted her up, and threw her over the cliff. She was tied up, so she lost her life. These three men have been arrested. What's crazy about it is there was somebody recording this the whole way from like the beginning to the end, from when she starts to get tied up, from when she gets picked up and thrown. And not once did the camera person say, hey, she's not tied up. Like this person
Right.
didn't say anything. So I'm just curious to know, like, was this your friend that you were bungee jumping with, vacationing with, and why didn't they say anything?
And the
I kind
cameraman
of
should
find
have
that
been arrested
suspect.
too. Should have been arrested for not saying nothing.
Right. I find that kind of suspect because it's just like weird, like why would you just stand there and record literally a crime and
Right.
not say anything? So it's unfortunate she's very young. Um, I do excursions when I travel and I bring my son, so it is kind of scary. You do have to just kind of also pay attention, be alert. My son, he zip lined when we did zip lining for his 10th birthday in
Hmm.
Colorado, in the Colorado Canyon, I believe it was, at the Gorge Cabins. And so, yeah, so we had to hike all the way up, hike all the way down, and zip line. And it's like, yeah, those are those safety parameters. I mean, it's
Safety, yeah,
Colombia,
that
so I'm
should be
not sure.
first thing. You always double and triple check the safety.
Oh my gosh. And we had like a training before, and
Mhm.
then we had four people check our equipment to make sure that we were tied in. So I don't know if maybe it's because it's Colombia and I mean, it's not the U.S. I don't know. Maybe they don't have these strict parameters, right, to make you be tied in the way you're supposed to be. I don't know. It's scary. But guys, if you're traveling, please, please be careful and I'm not going to say don't do the excursions. A lot of people say that's why I don't do them, but it's just like, sometimes you do. It's a part of life, right? You want to explore, you want to do things you've never done, and that's something that I share with my son for his birthday. I make him do an excursion, something he's never done before, to have these life experiences. Just be careful, And so we got to be careful and make sure we're safe always.
Always.
All right. Speaking about the world and things that are happening, FIFA is everywhere. FIFA
I
is taking
know
over
commercials, billboards,
everything you can think of is FIFA. So yeah, I'm hearing a lot of cahoot about Trump not letting Iran stay here. Literally just they can only come here. They have 3 games here in the US, and he's only allowing them to stay here for the time being of the game, and they immediately have to go. So not a minute more, not a minute less. They got to go. And so I don't know. What do you think about that?
I think that's wow. And then the all places they said they gotta stay in Mexico. Like they can't
So they
stay
don't
in the
have to
US.
stay there. She's our amazing Mexican female president, may I add, is allowing the people that Trump has rejected into the US to stay in Mexico. She doesn't have a problem with it. She's saying that everyone is welcome. And that's a female for you. So that's all I gotta say about that.
What I'm saying, if we at war, which we are, regardless of
Yeah.
why we at war. So he don't. Not saying that is right, but I'm not about to let enemy turf run free. And I know the soccer team is the soccer team, or the football
Right.
team is the football team. But he has an image to uphold as a president to the public. You know how that goes.
Not really. I feel he's just a big crybaby. Female presidency got thrown out there because we're emotional, because we can't handle our emotions, blah 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 blah. There's a process that everyone goes through, and if I mean it's a soccer team, for God's sakes. I get tourists, I get all of that, but this is, you know what I mean. This is like an international event that's being hosted here in the United States, and it's just like I've said before, this is not the home of the free. We are not free. No one, this is not the American dream and the place to be anymore, unfortunately. So, anyways, shout out to our Mexican president for being a stand up woman and not being biased and just being welcoming despite how Americans have treated them.
I'm free. I live
Uh,
in America. I do not okay her message. Oh, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
Topic number 3. Jelly Roll files for divorce. If you guys don't know who Jelly Roll is, he is a country singer who had just kind of, he's a Christian country singer and sings just a mix of like rock, country, like Christian, like hop kind of. Christian country hop. I don't know. It's like rap, country, and Christian.
Right.
Really good. He won 3 Grammys. So if you guys don't know who he is, he's won 3 Grammys this year, and he had a very dark, troubling past. He met his wife Bunny. All right. So talking about Jelly Roll, so he met Bunny 10 years ago. He did go to prison. Bunny was with him while he was fighting for custody with his daughter. Um, Jelly Roll was a big, heavy set guy. He's lost a lot of weight. I think I read he's lost over 200 pounds already.
Hmm.
And so now he's just working on firming up his skin and things like that. A lot of people are joking around because they're kind of saying, well, I guess it's not through thick and thin. People are saying that there's cheating allegations. Jelly Roll did do a concert not that long ago, and he did say that it's not because it's cheating. I'm joking around, but he did confirm that there's no cheating allegations, that him and Bunny are still best friends and still communicate. So it's just kind of like if that's the case, then why are you filing for a divorce? I don't know. Do you believe that people fall out of love? What do you think is causing
Yeah, so I
this
think, and I
divorce?
like Jelly Roll, right? So I'm one of
Hmm.
his fans because I follow him as a Christian. He was like motivation. He was motivation as weight loss. He talked good. The fact of the relationship that him and his wife had, um, I think you have to reinvent love, and it's coming from somebody who been through hell too with all the relationships and ain't won't do right to a point of where I want to do right. So I think it's possible that people can fall out of love, but I think both of them are like new people. So she had body work done, he had body work done. They probably both getting wanted and unwanted attention. So I don't think they best of friends or you wouldn't be getting divorced, but I think they have a mutual
Right.
respect and understanding for each other to where it's like okay, they can talk without fussing, talk without cussing, but like I said, I think it's a matter of fact of we both different people now. We got new self-esteem or whatever the case. But
I
I
mean,
don't
she's
agree with
always
the
been
divorce.
beautiful. She had her body done years ago, so she's
Hmm.
always looked really good with Jelly Roll. I think because she thinks that Jelly Roll's already dating. He's already dating. He's
Wow.
already talking to other people. I think it's Jelly Roll lost all that weight, and I'm a big fan of you can't talk too good about your man because then other people want them. I'm just saying they get big headed and females get interested, and it's a sad fact. It is a sad fact. It like I know men that wear their wedding rings get hit on the most. Um, it's sad. It's sad, but it's true. And so I think that he lost all that weight. They saw how great of a husband he is to Bunny. They saw how great of a father he is to his daughter. And there's women that are they want in on it, you know? So she did promote it on her podcast. She does have a podcast. Um, the Dumb Blonde is her podcast. And so she did say, he's talking to other women, and she was like, and I support it. We're still friends. She's like, if you're interested, hop in his DM. She gave, blurted out his Instagram and stuff like that. And it's just like, damn,
Right? Like
like
wow.
it's just, I think it was just, I think it was mutual. I really do think, I think Jelly Roll just is turning into a different person, and maybe she's having trouble accepting it, or maybe she's learned that I don't know. Maybe she wants a jelly roll. Maybe she's not into skinny dudes.
Right.
And so, she's like, shoot, I need my little teddy bear, like to each their own. But I mean, you just never know. I guess with time we'll know, right? They'll both eventually tell the truth
Right.
and be
It'll come
honest
out.
about it. But
Right. Hmm.
but yeah, 10 years. I hate that. I always, I'm a big advocate for being married and staying married, and I always feel like it's the problems that you encounter that and the way you come out through those problems
Agreed.
that make you
Right.
stronger as a
Because
partner.
if you throw it all away at first sign of trouble, then it wasn't real in the first place, you know?
Yeah. Like why run, It's a process. It's a process for sure. Um Mississippi. There was a story that came out, I believe it happened on Sunday.
Hmm.
They shot down this vehicle with two women. There was a 1-year old child there. I believe they killed the 1-year old at a Walmart due to shoplifting allegations.
Yeah,
Um,
man.
so I mean, it's a similar situation, right? It's not. I mean, yeah, I guess sad to say it's kind of like a trend, right? The same people get targeted, and the same people get killed by the same type of people. So
Right.
it's just like, I don't know. What do you think about that?
First of all, rest in peace to that baby. That hurt me, man. I like, and I don't mind saying it. Like I shed tears, like watching it and hearing about it and rewatching it. And I'm an advocate for doing the right thing and listening to police officers and those in authority. But come on, man, you gonna shoot a shot in the car? And then I read the reason and why it's an investigation going on now. Nothing is official, but the initial investigation says it was two women, like you said. Supposedly one stole. They jumped in the car. Supposedly the police chased them, and supposedly the woman was going straight like she was trying to hit one of them. Uh, because the full story is not finished yet, I don't want to say that is or isn't
Right.
true, but I find it hard to believe, and this is the only reason. For those that don't know, I used to work for Walmart. Loss prevention is a big thing, but they tell you if somebody runs out of the store, don't run after them. That's the police
Right.
job. Secondly,
That's
the stuff in
everywhere. That's
there,
every retail store.
right? Secondly, you took the words out of my mouth. That stuff is insured. So for you to justify firing a round into a car of something that's insured, that part doesn't sit right with me. But again, like I said, I can't say that she was or wasn't trying to run him over because it's not done yet. I know we had an instance here in Dallas last year at the strip club that was shut down. Um, D&G's, I think it was, where they were in the parking lot. You know what I'm talking about? It was
No,
after
I don't know
hours.
nothing about no strip club.
Oh no, but it was after hours, and one of the girls, she was intoxicated. Whatever happened, they put out um argument ensued outside. That one's on camera. So same thing. She actually was running towards the cop, and he shot in the car, and he hit her, but it was her, the one who was actually driving, trying to hit him. Plain like it's out there. So if that's the case, then yeah, I understand. Nobody should ever die, but if that's the case, you saying I'm firing a weapon so no one won't hit me with a
Right.
car. Yeah, I
And it's
get
like,
it.
of course, if there's truly fear of their life,
Like right. But
and I
like I
get
said,
it,
for stuff
right?
that's insured, come on, man. Don't let it go. Walmart gonna get it back. They billionaires. Like it's not okay to steal either. So I'm not saying that, but I'm saying a level of drawing your weapon. If you fear for your life and somebody was trying to hit you, I get it and I understand. But come on, man, a 1 year old baby that
But
don't know the
also, it's
world yet,
like if they were stealing, and I see a lot of videos like this. Why are you stealing with your child?
right?
You're putting your child at risk, and for what? For what? You know what I mean? Like, unless you're stealing groceries, because I mean, you're trying to feed that baby. There's nothing in the world that
Yeah.
you
I'm about to
have
say
to have
unless you
that you
don't
should
have
be
the money.
stealing.
Yeah, and
You
I'm not
know,
judging
like,
because I know some people aren't financially there or whatever the case, poverty, whatever the case. And if that's the case, even the Bible tells you, um, if you get caught, repay it. But they understand that somebody in poverty, somebody that's hungry, is what they're gonna do.
yeah. So just more to that story.
Hmm.
It's just, it's just it's happening too soon. I mean, this was the actual authority, the police officers, who killed a 1 year old child. So they are going to look into the cameras. I know they said that they have. I think they said there's like a 9-second rule, before they pick up and fire due to the Floyd, I think, um, issue that happened also, I think, in Mississippi. So yeah, so I guess more to come. We'll find out what the outcome of that
Hmm.
is, but it's just unfortunate that the child is just too young.
Yeah, man. Like I said, that hurt, man, with that little baby. And I know it's gonna be put out in the world on the heels of all the other stuff, the Carmelo Anthony stuff, the Rick Charles stuff. So it's gonna add fuel to the fire of the race hate agenda, especially being in
For
Southern.
All right, so I guess that's it. That's all we have for this week's topic. Everyone, stay safe. Be alert. Be aware of your surroundings. Pray for each other. Peace and love. Bye, guys.
And happy Father's Day again, fellas. And here's a message to those who still have time to get it right. Happy Father's Day. I love you. That's coming from a place of love and not hate. We're going to talk about the first broken home because I feel it's a lot of people that need to hear that. I haven't been perfect myself, but I'm going to speak about this. So I'm going to speak on it from a biblical principle, and I'm going to speak on it from my own experience. But fellas, we got to nip this in the butt today, right now. The first biblical recorded event of a broken home came from Abraham and Sarah. God promised them that he will have descendants as numerous as the stars. But him and Sarah were old in age. You guys know the story. So 10 years had passed since they heard the promise of God. So the wife, Sarah, still attractive in her older age, had a suggestion. She came to her husband, Abraham, and said, hey, go to my maidservant, go to Hagar, have sex with her and get her pregnant. That's how we're going to get our son. So how many times have we started on a journey to say, okay, we want no strings attached sex, or we okay with a side piece, or we okay with this, or we okay with that, and that is just going to stay like that. There's consequences of sin, so nothing is never just as you stated. So Ishmael's born, and Abraham is full of joy. This is his first child. But he did it on his own with Hagar. He didn't listen. He didn't wait for God's blessing. His wife suggested that he sleep with Hagar. So now when she sees the happiness, guess what Sarah says? What mess have you created? Yes, she blamed the husband for the chaos that they was in. And she actually resented her maid to the point where the maidservant left. And then God came in and spoke to the maidservant about obedience. But broken home, because that's not what a promise was. But God knows that man's heart. He loved his kids. He didn't want his kids separated. So God promised him, they're going to be okay. I'm going to bless them because they're your bloodline. So I'm going to bless Ishmael as well. However, my covenant is going to be with Isaac. So my question, fellas, is how many times have we broken a home? How many times have we stepping outside of a marriage, or we cheated or had kids out of wedlock? And guess who suffered? The adults eventually gets it together. But it's not the adults who suffer. It's the kids who have the unloving spirit. Because the kids feel like, why doesn't daddy love me? Why doesn't mama love me? And that's a lie straight from the pits of hell. So I need you to explain to these children that it's not their fault that their parents are separated. And teach them about the love of God. Teach them about biblical principles. Teach them how to pray. So even when they are mad at you, they know that their power, their prayers, and their peace come from a living God. And it doesn't come from a person. It doesn't come from a stimulant or drugs. It doesn't come from acceptance of people, but it comes from the one living true God, Jesus Christ. So gentlemen, when you think about divorce, when you think about having kids out of wedlock and not being with that mama, when you think about it's no peace in that home, it starts with you, even if it's not your fault. And I had to learn this the hard way. The reason I said that, remember when Eve sinned in the garden? God didn't come to her. He went to Adam and said, Adam, where are you? So as men, we got to hold ourselves responsible as well. Fire and fire is going to create a bigger fire. Gasoline and gasoline is going to create a huge fire. Meaning if it's chaos in that home, it says a soft tone interrupts the chaos. So you have to come with the love. You have to set the tone. And I know it's hard as men. I'm telling you from experience, I know it's hard. But I need us to get it together because it's not the woman that suffers. It's not even us after we self-medicate or do whatever we do. It's those kids. And what you're passing on is generational curses. So just like Abraham and Sarah not listening and causing a division, this is the exact same thing that we do in the home. Or we take these jobs that have us away from home. And when we get this job, the money is phenomenal. Don't get me wrong, because I fell victim to this. You go from making 20,000 a year to 120,000 a year. But what's the cost? The cost is you're never home. So who raising the children? It's not the mom because she want a break. So it's television, it's the outside, it's the friends. So you just sacrificed a whole generation for what you thought was materialistic stuff when all you had to do was wait on the powers of God. So if this touches you, I ask, the first thing you do is repent. Whether that's crying, whether that's through tears, whatever the case, man. I got it myself today. So you can look in my eyes. This is real pain. Talk to God. Ask for forgiveness. From there, go to the person or people that you hurt. Even if they don't forgive you, you made peace with it. So now it's on them to make peace with God. But you know where to go going forward. And from there, intercessor prayers. Intercessor prayers for your children. Intercessor prayers for your spouse. Intercession prayers for your parents. Whatever you have to do to make peace with a situation, I need y'all to make peace with that situation and stop having a broken home. Because the broken home is not just a broken home for you during your time. You're setting a tone for the next generation. God bless you, and I love y'all.